will. Yeah. Are you gonna be in love with me? I want you and need you to be. Yeah. Are you gonna be in love with me? I want you and need you to be. Are you gonna be in love with me? I want you and need you to be. Are you gonna be in love with me? I want you and need you to be. Are you gonna be in love with me? I want you and need you to be. Are you gonna be in love with me? I want you and need you to be. Yeah. Are you gonna be in love with me? I want you and need you to be. Yeah. Are you gonna be in love with me?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Lost in Translation podcast. Y'all know what it is. Today's live stream is about what have we done to love. I don't know about y'all, but lately I've been having the feeling that love ain't giving what it used to give. You know what I mean? And one of the things I thought about is that we don't talk to each other like we used to do. There's a lot of things that we don't do like we used to do. You know what I mean? And one of the days I was having a conversation with the fellas, and we started talking about how love has taken the form of our music sometimes from time to time. And one of the things I was telling about, I said that love used to feel analog, but now it feels digital. You know what I mean? I don't know about if y'all remember this or not, but back in the day, our parents used to have this big, huge, hi-fi radio system. And they would play the music all through the house. You know what I'm saying? And everybody at the same time listened to the same music. Music at that time was a communal thing. We all listened to music together. And that's how I got a love for music coming up as a kid. You know, when you were raised on Earth, Wind, and Fire and the Isley Brothers, you know what I'm saying? That type of thing. And everybody listened to it. And basically how we all got our music was through the radio, you know what I mean? And probably TV when they had MTV first came out. But music was something that we all shared. You know what I mean? It was a communal thing because you would turn the radio on and music would fill the whole home and everybody would dance to the music at the same time. You know what I mean? Love was pretty much like music in a sense that way. But if you think about it over time, love has changed pretty much like music has too. If you think about it today, most times when people listen to music, they're listening to music on headphones. You know what I mean? It's not really sharing music. It's like a more personal thing. And in order for you to discover other music, you know, you have to listen to stuff like Apple Music or Spotify or whatever, and you would get recommended a song. But back in the day, we used to listen to music on the radio. So everybody listened to the music at the same time. You know what I mean? The music was different. You know, how do we go from come on and go with me, come on over to my place, and then we end up with stuff like throw baby. You know what I'm saying? So how do we go from come on over to my place to throat baby? You know what I'm saying? How do we do that? Well, my thing is this. Generally what happens is that whenever you talk, your words have meanings. You know what I mean? Your words mean something. See, back then when you wanted to get busy, you kind of veil what you wanted to say. You know what I mean? You say, "Come on over with me, come on to my place." You already knew what the time was. But now it's just like they just come out at you, throw baby and all this other stuff. So it's pretty much like the dating scene too. Back in the day, it was different, just like music is different. Back in the day, if you had somebody you was interested in, it was just one person, and you put your all into that one person. You know what I'm saying? You was thinking about it. You used to stay on the phone all like, no, you hang up first. You know what I'm saying? That type of thing. But now it's just like everybody is not personal anymore. It's pretty much like our music. Now it's like the next track. You know what I mean? The next person. You know what I mean? Swipe left, swipe right, and everybody doesn't put in what they should put into a relationship. And it's not giving what it used to give. People don't connect on a level. I read a long time ago say if you want to be proficient in anything, you got to put in at least 10,000 hours of work. Well, back in the day, you used to have to put in some hours if you wanted to, be with somebody, you know what I mean? To get proficient at learning that particular person. And then when you did learn, you were with that particular person and, you go about your life, raise your kids, everybody's on the same page. How you going to learn how to raise your kids, this type of thing. Now, swipe left, swipe right. I don't like my baby dad. I don't like my baby mama. You know what I'm saying? On to the next track, and to me, love ain't given like that. You know what I'm saying? And another aspect of music, how love and music is the same. Back in the day when music was analog, it was warm. I don't know if you guys ever felt when you went to a concert and you listened to the music, but you also felt the music too. It was just like the beat was flowing and you can feel it through your bones and your back. You know what I mean? That's kind of how love was back in the day. Love used to penetrate your bones. You know what I'm saying? You felt it deep down inside. Like this person really, really does care, or you really, really cared about that person. You used to send like little love letters, you know what I'm saying? Check if you like me, check yes, check no. You know what I'm saying? That type of thing. Your heart used to palpitate, you know what I mean? It used to be like, oh man, I hope she really get my letter. I hope she like, you know what I'm saying? You used to write little love letters, make a mixtape. Back in the day, you used to used to have to go out of your way. You know what I mean? To be with somebody, making a mixtape, you know how long that take? And then you used to have to fade it in and fade it out to make sure you get the right message. You take your time. And then sometimes when you write your little love letter or whatever, you put a little bit of that cologne on there, man, babe, I was thinking about you. You know what I'm saying? That type of thing. Now, it's just like it's in the DMs. And women complain about it all the time. It's like, what you doing? That is not a love letter. Fellas, I'm here to tell you that is not a love letter. What you doing does not send tingles. You know what I mean? So, sometimes you gotta go back and do the things that you used to do. And the sad part about it is that over time, the stuff that we've learned over time is going to get lost. How do you get back romance? Back in the day, we used to slow dance all the time, all of that. And nonverbal communication, body to body was very important because you can actually feel without somebody saying how that person feels about you, and now you go to the club, it's like everybody slamming each other, if they even dancing, everybody just drink and look at each other like they crazy. That nonverbal communication does not motivate people to come holler at you. It does not. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of things that go into it. And like I said earlier, analog music was warm. You felt it. You know what I'm saying? It was one of those things that had to be experienced. And if you felt that in the house, it warmed you up. You know what I mean? But now, digital music, if you listen to it, it's kind of cold. It's kind of tinny. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have any craftsmanship to it. Back in the day, most musicians had to write and play their own music and, at least play an instrument. That was what we defined as a musician, and if you were in love, you were like Luther, you were a balladeer. That's why I put Luther on the thumbnail. That dadgum Luther was a balladeer. When he died, I was like, I think love died when Luther died. Because Luther could write some songs. And even if he didn't write some songs, he'll sing your song better than you. You know what I'm saying? That type of thing. And you felt something. But now, if you take today's digital music, like I said, as early as it's cold. It doesn't have any craftsmanship. Everything is digital. It has a digital sound to it. It's too perfect. Even when you had analog music, it was imperfect. But that's what made it special. You know what I'm saying? That's what made real music. Because if you were playing real music and the crowd was feeling, you could keep going. But if in digital music, once the song was over, that's it. There's no improv. There's no y'all guys join in, no none of that. You know what I'm saying? And today, that's what love feels like. It feels like cold digital music. It doesn't give what it's supposed to give. Well, my thing is what have we done to love? And one of the things I think we've done, we treated love as if um love was one of those things that were always there. We were entitled to it. Back in the day, love used to be one of those things. If you ran across it, you were lucky. You know what I'm saying? It was like, man, I found it. But now it's like we expect it. Swipe left, swipe right. It's like, hey, I'm here. I'm in the DMs, baby. Holla at me. Let me holler at you. So it's not personal. You don't get a chance to know somebody that way. And I think that's probably the reason why people don't take love serious anymore. It's like going to a vending machine and going in there getting a soda, and the soda been open, and somebody that took a few sips out of it and put it back in the machine, and you didn't pay full price for it. Now, how would you feel if you did that? You go to the vending machine and your vending machine got holes in it, and somebody done pulled all the juice out of it. That's pretty much how we treat each other when we swipe left, swipe right today. We don't fill people up no more, with love, nonverbal and verbal communication. That's the reason why people don't feel it. And you can see it on TikTok and all those other places where people say, I just felt the ick. Well, the ick is that person really don't care nothing about you. They just trying to get to, the good part. And that's about it. They ain't thinking about you. And I think that's how we treat each other these days. It seems like if you ever played any type of video game and they put all the good stuff behind the paywall, that's basically what we did to love. We put all the good weapons and everything behind the paywall while everybody else, paying and getting the good weapons, and you coming out with the weapons that you started the game with, and you got to play it extra long, and you losing, and everybody else seems like they winning, and they can restart the game and keep it pushing. But that's what it seems like. We put love behind the paywall. And I think it started in the 90s, when SWV, what you call them? What's it called? TLC. You know what I'm saying? No scrubs. You know what I'm saying? Then Janet Jackson said, "What have you done for me lately?" And ain't nothing going on but the rent. We put love behind the paywall. And that's when love got cold. When guys was like, hey, if I got to do all of that, then I just, get the money and, spend it and I buy what I need to buy and be done with it. And I think that's a sad way to live love, because love is one of those things that gets, appreciated over time. And nothing says love like somebody who sticks around for the good times and the bad times. And that's the reason why we have so many people divorced. And I was watching today that Jeezy and Jenny Mai getting a divorce. I don't know why they're getting a divorce, but to me, it just seems like that's a waste. Why get married if you're just going to turn around and get a divorce? People don't take the time to put the 10,000 hours of work to get to know people anymore. So the next time when somebody asks you, hey, let me get your number, you want to ask them why. I think you cute. Oh, let me get to know you first. See what you're all about. See where you're going. Why? What's your purpose? You know what I'm saying? One of those things. So that's my whole spiel. That's how love and music have taken the form of mirroring each other. So my thing is this: if you really want to make love mean something, you want to slow it down, get to know people, understand each other's whys. Because remember, the purpose is to get through life, together for a long time and to become one, instead of just swiping left and swiping right. Think about it. How much investment are you going to put into a relationship if it's just, a one night stand, or a weekend fling? You know what I'm saying? You're not going to get nothing out of that. And the sad part about it is you're not investing in anything like that. And people really can't feel that, you know? My thing is you ever hug somebody and it felt like they hugged you on purpose? That's love. That's love versus somebody who hugged you is like, let me get this over with. I ain't trying to stay. You know, think about it. Some of your oldest friends that you've ever hugged, those are the main ones that don't want to let go because you put in the hours. You put in the 10,000 hours. So guess what? You're an expert at your friend. You know, you're an expert at the people around you. Those are the people who love you the most. Those people who put in those hours. Somebody who just met you not going to put in those hours. It's not going to feel the same because you don't have any shared experiences yet, you know? So whenever somebody wants to, you know, put love behind the paywall, you got to ask them why. Hey, what's going on? You know what I mean? Well, what's really going on? You know, find out why it is the way it is. You know, allow people to get to know you over time, and don't, you know, give away all your secrets. You know, some things you should keep to yourself and let them discover you over time, and wonder and find out how wonderful you are. You know, that's just my thing. But anytime you guys get an opportunity, experience music like it used to be. Share it with your friends. When your friends come over, put on some music or something, you know, so everybody can hear, so everybody can dance. You know, you can't dance if you got earphones on. That's something that you really can't share. You know, you can't feel the music. You know, when you put those earbuds in, that music doesn't penetrate your bones. All it does is just come to your ears and it just stop. But music is more than just, you know, listening. Music is feeling too. And love is like that. Love is like feeling too, you know? So with that being said, I want to say hello to a few people. Elizabeth, thank you for coming to the show, darling. Mandrell, thank you for coming through, sir. And also Valita, how you doing, darling? Thank you. Now, I also put the link in the chat in the question section. So if you guys want to come up, I'll give you a few moments to come up. And if not, then, you know, we'll go ahead and I'm going to let y'all have y'all weekend. I just wanted to come in and give y'all an analogy because that was something that we brought up, how love is like music and how love has changed along with music. You know, back in the day, Babyface used to have a song. He used to be like, I'll buy your clothes, I'll pay your rent, I'll cook your dinner too, just as soon as I get home from work. Man, let me tell you something. Women love that right there. You finna buy my clothes and pay my rent and cook the dinner too? Man, what? Who finna leave that? You know? But that was before we had, you know, Instagram and TikTok and the DMs, you know what I'm saying, and Facebook, or people trying to slip off and thinking they're gonna get a better deal somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I don't know, man. I don't know. But my thing is this: while you're single, if you're single, make sure that you improve yourself each and every day. Read something, do something interesting with your life. Get proficient at something, like learn another language or something like that. Make you stand out, you know, amongst the crowd, because, you know, you want somebody to be proud that they got you, you know. Go ahead and develop your network, you know, be useful. You know what I'm saying? One of those type of things. So with that being said, since we don't have anybody coming up, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this thing up. I just wanted to be transparent with y'all and let y'all know what was going on. I wanted to share this analogy with you from time to time. Stuff like this will come to my brain. I'm like, you know what? That is true. Music is just like love. You know, it really is. So with that being said, I want to appreciate you guys for coming out. Make sure that you guys hit the like button on the way out. And I want to appreciate you guys for coming out. If you don't mind, I'm going to probably be going over to Black Man Unfiltered's channel in a moment for the barbershop. Of course, you know, we're going to get it up. And also, I'll take the time to let y'all know that I'm on other channels as well. On Mondays, I'm going to be on Humble Dash channel, so you can meet us over there. I'm a permanent guest over there now. And on Tuesdays, I'm a permanent guest on Black Man Unfiltered on Talk That Talk Tuesday. Also, I'm the host of Super Sunday on Sir Hell's channel, so you can find me there permanently. And also on the barbershop permanent on Friday nights at 8:30. That's the reason why my podcast only lasts about 20 or 30 minutes, because I wanted to just get that out there and get that analogy. But on your way out, if you guys agree, disagree, make sure you hit the comments, hit subscribe, all of that good stuff. And check it. I've been doing work over in my lower thirds, you know what I'm saying? Got that Lost in Translation podcast, you know what I'm saying? So with that being said, y'all, thank you for coming out. Make sure you hit the like button, hit subscribe, and hit share. And again, we'll see you next week on another edition of the Lost in Translation podcast.